Hi, my name is Ben. I go to the Heschel School, and for my main project, I built a mini wind turbine. So the way it works is that when the propeller spins, it spins the shaft with a magnet attached to it. This magnet is a diametrically magnetized neodymium magnet, which basically means that the poles are on either edge of it. So when the propeller spins, it forces it creates a current flowing through these wires that I coiled around the magnet, and that current flows out through these wires, and I'm going to connect it to the rest of my circuit, which is going to store the electricity. So when the magnet spins, the two poles on either side are pulling the electrons through the coils, and that's causing the current. And since the two poles attract it differently when it spins, one side is going to be positive at one point while the other one's negative, and then it's going to fluctuate, and that fluctuation is going to cause the AC current to come out. So originally I used acrylic that was laser cut to hold this all together, and there were metal screws that kept the acrylic on either side of it. However, the metal was interfering with the magnetic field of the magnet, so and also it was very brittle, so the pieces broke easily. So instead, I decided to 3D print a mount for this, and I'm also using 3D printing for many other things, like a cover that I'm going to have at the end. I also originally used ball bearings. to smoothen the spinning of the shaft, but I realized that I wasn't using it correctly because there are two different tracks, and one track needs to be attached to the main body, and the rest of it needs to be, and the other track needs to be on the shaft. So I'm designing a new model that's going to use that, and it's going to have a different ball bearing that's going to be attached to the shaft, and the other track is going to be attached to the main body. So now I'm going to demonstrate the current that it generates, and I'm going to demonstrate it using this oscilloscope. So I hooked these up to either end of the coils. So it's going to flow through the coils to the other end, and then each side is connected to the oscilloscope. So I'm going to turn this on, turn on the air. So now you can see on the oscilloscope that there's a sine curve which is showing the AC current that my wind turbine is generating. And right now I see that I'm generating about 1 volt I'm generating about 1 volt. So I'm going to make some adjustments to this, and I'm hoping to be able to increase that voltage by adding ball bearings over here.